in broadcasting, which I think is something that Larry Scott didn't have. Now, he's got to be able to put these things together, and he's an outside-the-box thinker. Was there when they started Hulu, was there when they started MLB.com. Has taken Las Vegas and the MGM Grand properties and taken them to a whole new level when you started to see a change of the dynamics in the way Las Vegas is run as far as sports. Because Vegas and sports just used to be heavyweight fights. Then they started getting some mixed martial arts, and now they have professional sports that actually play there and colleges that come in there and play. And he let the MGM properties be right there in the forefront of all of that. That's why I told him if there's one guy that's going to run this conference, I'm glad it's him. I look at Dr. Robbins. There's some university presidents that they pay attention to what's going on with the science department. They pay attention to what's going on with mathematics and English and the fine arts, but they never walk across the school to see what's going on with athletics. That is not Dr. Robbins. C. Robbins, I will tell you this. I know it for a fact because I see him everywhere. It seems like wherever I'm on campus, I see him walking around talking to people. I see him at tailgates. I see him at practice. I see him inside McHale. I see him everywhere. I see him all over town. He's involved, and we've asked him in the past, how much do you get involved in athletics? He goes, I get involved all the way because it's my name on it. Eventually, if it doesn't work, it comes back to the school president. So I'm glad that you have someone who understands the importance of athletics when it comes to this. And then the other part of this, the head of all these folks that are running this and preparing Arizona and keeping us for running into the rocks is a guy like Dave Hickey, who's been around, who's worked at different places. He had a long history at the University of Oregon. Now he's been here at the University of Arizona. He is a guy that knows the back rooms, and he knows the folks, and he knows all the power players when it comes to this. And that's why when the Pac-12 said, all right, we need to have somebody on the men's basketball committee now that UCLA is leaving the conference, it was Dave Hickey. Why? Well, it's the best basketball program in the Pac-12. It's the brand name that you have, and you have an athletic director that's respected enough that we're going to put him in this important position representing our conference. That tells me that he's respected by the rest of his peers, and that's great for the University of Arizona. What else did I get from this? That, yeah, he was thinking about if something happens, I gotta understand what's going to go on. I think the vision is what you heard right there. I also think it's interesting, and I'm going to have to change my dynamics on this a little bit. I've just talked about the Tucson market and the Tucson eyeballs. One of the things that Dr. Robbins points out, and shame on me for not realizing this, is the University of Arizona is the flagship of the Arizona University system. What's that mean? That means there's Wildcats everywhere throughout this state. I get caught up in the provincial battles between the school up north and being down here in Tucson. I've had opportunities to live in Phoenix. I don't want to. Phoenix seems like L.A. in the middle of the desert with a bunch of stupid fountains that make humidity a little bit higher up there. Tucson's a community. We're either the biggest small town in America or the smallest city in America. There's a lot of great things about Tucson that I like better than Phoenix. I think Tucson's got more cachet than Phoenix does. But as Dave just pointed out, the two schools share this market. It's not like it's Cal and UCLA, where they're just completely different media markets and there's no meld between the two. It takes me an hour, 20 minutes to get to Scottsdale if I want to go shopping. It takes me an hour and a half to get up to Phoenix if I want to go to dinner up there. Of course, I'm wearing red and blue when I do. We share the same market. It's not like Houston and Dallas where they're just completely different sides of the world. It's not L.A., San Diego where they're separated by so much that you don't really share the two. Because you'll see as much Arizona's gear up there in places in Phoenix than you do ASU. And you'll see people down here that for whatever reason want to wear Arizona State gear. But we share the market because there'll be folks that'll be up there watching Arizona basketball at great numbers when the Cats are playing. It's a statewide brand. The other part of it is in Dragon Ball. I know you heard this part. Some of these silly rumors that you're seeing are just rumors, and Dave said he laughed at some of this stuff, like the fact that Arizona State, Colorado, Utah were ready to jump ship at a moment's notice to join the Big 12. And again, I've warned you, folks. I've warned you. The people that are putting stuff out there are doing so at the bidding of someone who's trying to spin. That's why George Kliavkoff said this during the Pac-12 Media Day. I'm tired of getting grenades lobbed at us from all four corners of the of the Big 12. The stuff that you see is someone's agenda. That's why they're leaking it, because they want it out there in the public space so you can either rattle somebody, you could prop somebody up, or you could change the narrative. So be careful what you listen to and watch. And again, yesterday, I'll be honest, when I saw the Oregon story that McMurphy sent out, McMurphy's legit. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this the end? Because I'm sitting here every day looking at my phone, hoping for good news, but anticipating bad news since all this has started. Like Dragon Ball, I'll be honest, I feel like I guess I'll share this. It's kind of personal. My dad, before he passed away in 2017, had been in poor health most of his life. He was a cop. He had gotten into a jailhouse fight, and he had 3 ruptured discs in his neck for 35 years. Every day he lived in pain of a ruptured disc, and they couldn't fix it. And then as he got older, he had diabetes, and he had all kinds of health issues. And for probably 15 years, I sat with my phone in my hand, wondering if I was going to get that call, you need to come home, Dad's not doing well. I actually had one of those calls ready to jump in a plane and fly cross country. And I had my phone, and I loved it, and I hated it because I could talk to him, but I hated it because I was going to get that call one day that he's not doing well, you need to come home. So I got that call twice. Once was a false alarm. The other time, unfortunately, it was his time to go. But that's that gut feeling I had of just, I'm waiting for that other shoe to drop. That's very, very dramatic. But in a way, I feel that way about the Pac-12. Not to the extent that, I'm going to lose a parent or a loved one, but I kind of feel like I love the Pac-12 because I've defended it and I've grew up with it, and it's been a cornerstone of my life as a sports fan for all these years. So when I see stories like Brent McMurphy's yesterday that the folks at Oregon are kicking the tires, well, that's somebody in the Big Ten trying to destabilize the Pac-12. And I see these stories, and my instant guttural reaction is, oh! And then I got to sit down and go, wait a minute, what's this coming from? What's this mean? And you got to read the second and third and fourth paragraph on these things, and not just the Twitter headline or whatever you see on a message board, because most of the time those headlines are clickbait anyway. And you heard Dave talk about that. I think you see, and I think you heard in his voice, that most of these schools in the Pac-12 want to stick together. There is a desire for the Pac-12, or the Pac-10, if you will, to stick together. And I think they're working as hard as they can. Now, let's be honest. I think there's schools that are looking around and say, okay, what happens if this whole thing blows up? And you have to. If you don't, you're a fool. You have to be prepared for whatever happens in this game of musical chairs. But I think most of them have the best intention of keeping this together and then expanding to make sure that you survive this go-round of realignment. And I think Dave said it. This is something that is not going away. It is not going to stabilize. It is going to continue. As the Big Ten got a 7-year deal, 7 years from now, we'll have these same discussions. When the SEC deals come up, we'll have these same discussions. When the ACC deal comes up, we'll have these same discussions. I think after listening to Dave, I realize this is the new norm when it comes to college athletics. We could take your telephone calls if you like, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290, or feel free to send me a text. The text number for you to chime in on the program is 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Text the word RICH to 520-848-1290. What do you want to do right here, Dragon Ball?
I think we can go in and we can take a call.
All right, let's go out to see what's going on with my friends of the Catalina Mafia. Jeff, welcome. You're on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, what's happening, Rach? What's going on, Dragon Ball? Hey,
are you ready? Are you ready to
tail?
Wait a minute, hold on. I got a question for you. Are you ready to tailgate?
Oh yeah. Oh,
okay.
Come on.
I was thinking about the breakfast tacos, man.
yeah. Were they tacos or I don't remember. I was pretty drunk by then. I had one or two by then. Yeah, but no, I just had this wild idea, a couple ideas, adding to the pack. Well, I guess we're going to be 10 again. Well, two things. We could just see if Boise State and Gonzaga would want to jump ship, and I know Gonzaga would be the heel dragger. But why doesn't Arizona make some kind of an exclusive deal with their basketball program and maybe try to get together with Gonzaga and see if they could do a package deal? They're still in the pack, but I don't know how all the other stuff would work out. But I think that's where Arizona's true value is, and if you want to get the most value for your buck.
I'll throw this out at you. We had the former president of Fox Sports Network on with us. And he's a guy that John Canzano's been talking to a lot. I've been texting, actually DMing back and forth with and asking questions and getting background. The split, the revenue split or the valuation split between football and college basketball is a 70-30 proposition, where 70% of the value of that $7 billion deal the Big Ten got was for football. Only 30% was for basketball. So this is all driven by football. Arizona's got a national brand because of basketball, but it's all driven by football. So splitting off with Gonzaga and all the rest, you'd get 30% of whatever dollars could be out there. It's not enough to disrupt the apple cart. You got to have football drive this ship.
Yeah, well, it was just an idea. And I know that I knew football is obviously that's the number one. Even with as far as our program has been, I would dare say that we probably made more money last year with the football program than we did with the basketball program. Although
it does. Football drives everything. You talk to Mike Andre.
Yeah,
he goes, "You want to support softball? Buy a football season ticket." There's only two programs, Jed Fish says, that generate money to cover their own expenses and pay for all the rest of the sports. That's football and men's basketball.
Yep. Well, maybe it's time to enlarge McHale, huh?
You never know. All right, so so here's my big question. Here's why I took you instead of going to break. So my kid brother and his family are coming to town on the 17th for the North Dakota State game. What kind of tailgate are you throwing that day?
Hey, okay, let me just say this. Jeff Turpin and James Turpin, the Turpin brothers, also in the Catalina Mafia, they are the ones who facilitate all this stuff. They're the ones who make the magic happen.
Okay.
So they just got officially shouted out on the radio. So pressure's on them. But I'll let you know, we're always in the same spot, and I can't remember what building it is in front of right now. But I will get you that. I'll get you that information before the season starts.
All right, because I want to join your tailgate that day while I have family, because I want to make sure I take care of my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephews and nieces. So let me know what I need to bring.
Okay, well, I'll be so bold as because I've known those guys since we were all doing bodybuilding competitions back in the day. And I will be so bold as to say yes. You guys are welcome to join them.
Perfect.
And I will. I'll let you know after I talk to them all the particulars.
You're the best. Thanks, brother. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Rich. You take care, buddy. See
all
you,
right, bear down.
Bye.
I can't wait. I'm excited for tailgating, Dragon Ball.
It's always a fun part of football.
It's the best part of football. Oh, sorry. I was thinking about. They brought us breakfast tacos. They were so good. So good.
Was it an early kickoff?
Yeah.
That's explain it.
They'd been out there all day. Football headlines with Dragon Ball are next.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's caught! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from midcourt. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod.
This is David Amata, and here's what's trending on 1290 here at 4:47. Another cut-down day and still around. Former Arizona wideout Stanley Berryhill III remains on the Falcons roster after their cut down to 80 players. The deadline to reach 53 for the NFL teams will be on August the 30th. Congratulations to Stanley. After teasing their return yesterday, the Suns officially showed off their new throwbacks for the upcoming season, as they will be bringing back the Barkley, KJ, and Marley era Sunburst jerseys this upcoming season. Another apology from Padre star Fernando Tatis Jr. as the now suspended shortstop announced that he will also be undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery as he's also serving his suspension. The Dodgers pitcher Walker Buehler will also be out, not only for the rest of this season, but likely for the entirety of 2023 as well, after he officially underwent a second Tommy John surgery. That's what's trending locally and nationally on 1290. Still more to come on the Rich Herrera Show. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
All right. Dragon Ball, Rich, are you okay?
Got some dust in my eye.
You want me to go wash it out?
Nah, I'm good. It'll eventually just cry itself out later.
All right. You want me to slap you, like you cry?
Nah, I'll be all right. I'll be okay.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, everybody. What do we have to do right? Oh, we're going to give away beer in a little bit, right?
Yes, we'll be giving away
Not
beer.
Not give away beer, but
gift card.
A gift card.
Thanks to a beer sponsor.
So you're telling me I'm supposed to read all that right now? I wasn't prepared.
Well, I mean, we can read it right now, but it's going to be difficult for me to do this next segment and then...
No, I'm not telling you we're going to do it right now.
Well, no, I'm...
Just stop. See, folks, this is what I get from him all the time. Everybody goes, oh, Dragon Ball is so nice. Then he just chastises me. All right, coming up a little bit later, we're going to give you a chance to win a $25 gift card to pick up some Huss Scottsdale Blonde. Scottsdale Blonde is a German-style Kolsch. Based on traditional beers of Germany, this beer is blonde in color, lightly hopped, and very smooth. So here's what you're going to get. $25 gift card that you can use for Huss Brewing to get some Scottsdale Blonde. We'll do that before the end of the program today. There, am I good now? Are you not going to yell at me?
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, let's get to Dragon Ball's football headlines, shall we?
Football is a game played by men. Big, physical men. Men with ill intentions who wish to wreak havoc upon their opponents. It's a game based on land acquisition at the expense of your opponent, even if you must sacrifice your own body and health for the good of your team. It can be brutal at times and bloody. It can be painful and punishing. It's played in coliseums in front of rabid, cheering, adoring fans with bloodlust in their eyes. The passion for football cannot be matched by anything else. So to help quench your thirst for all the latest news from the world of football, Wildcats Radio 1290 proudly presents
Dragon Ball's football headlines. Hey, what's a Dragon Ball? Is that a cartoon or something?
No, that's the producer who's going to be reading the headlines. Can you just say the name?
Okay, here's Dragon Ball.
All right, here's Dragon Ball with his football headlines.
And go ahead, and since this is the last week of the preseason, we're getting real close to opening week. Sadly, this is the time where we figure out who is going to be missing the early part of the season based on their appearance on the PUP, or the physically unable to perform list. The first one, a very big name, Chase Young, defensive end for the Washington Commanders. He will be missing the first 4 games of the season as he continues to try and come back from his ACL injury. And another one also, the Lions, one of their top picks, rookie receiver Jameson Williams, will also be unavailable for the first 4 games of the season because he is still dealing from a torn ACL that he had in January during the national championship game, if you remember that.
Ouch.
So still a couple of guys that will likely have to wait a little bit longer to see when the football season officially does kick off. So hoping the best for them. And sometimes these injuries, they end up leading out to being they just end up getting putting back on the injured reserve list if they can't get past their physicals. So wishing them the best. And to no one's surprise, this one coming out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, Aaron Rodgers and the other starters for the Packers will not be playing in this team's preseason finale against Kansas City.
No.
Although Rodgers apparently has been very, 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 I would say, glowing to his young receiving corps.
You mean after he threw them all under the bus?
Yes, he has been.
After he was a jerk?
He has been apparently a lot more, vocal to praise the young group as they've been getting to learn.
Well, how could it be any worse?
I mean, you could make the argument that they don't have any wide receivers left. I mean, if somebody got hurt or something right now,
he was just mean to all of them. And besides, he took all the money, so they don't have any money to sign anybody else.
This is also true, and this is a very rough go of it, to say the least.
Yeah, the one thing about Aaron Rodgers is he's maxed out every time, and there's a salary cap, and you have to decide how much do you want to win. Tom Brady's always given money back in order to help fill out the roster. Aaron Rodgers is not.
Yep. He has not. And now he will be playing the final preseason game, which, again, no one's surprised by that. No one is absolutely surprised by that. So, one other thing. So, we already have our first big game of week 1 besides the opening day game that everyone's kind of circling this year to see the fireworks that will spout from it. And that is the Panthers versus Browns game. That'll be in Carolina this week 1. And already,
what day is that?
That will be on that game. I believe is on September 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that Sunday Night Football or is that a regular game?
That'll probably be a regular game if I recall, because I think the schedule
Sunday Night Football I thought was the Buccaneers.
Yes. Well, Sunday Night Football, I'm pretty sure. Let me go ahead and double check here.
If you look on our website, it's listed.
Yeah, it'll be Broncos and Seahawks, so it'll be Russell Wilson's return to Seattle.
So there's a lot of returns in that first weekend of the National Football League.
Well, the sad thing is that this week 1 game is in Carolina. It's not in Cleveland, because if it was
okay, hold on a second. Why are you so sad today? Top Gun started today.
Right.
Top Gun. You could come over to my house and watch Top Gun tonight.
I mean, I could. I don't know if I'm going to.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to invite you over if you're so sad. That's like the 4th sad that you dropped on me today. Do you realize what a glorious day this is?
It's a great day.
I've been waiting for this for 5 years.
And everybody else has been waiting the same amount of time.
But you're sad this guy got cut, and you're sad that this is. You're sad that. Don't be so sad. Be happy.
You got to get the little bits of depressing moments out of the way now before the excitement of next Thursday when the season kicks off in Los Angeles. But again, this game, it will be taking place in Carolina.
Okay.
And
that's a reason to be excited.
To make sure that there's no hard feelings, this headline coming out of Cleveland, Myles Garrett says there's no rivalry there between himself and quarterback Baker Mayfield. Which you got to remember, these two were the back-to-back number 1 overall picks for the Browns. Myles Garrett stuck around. Baker Mayfield, not so much.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Now, see, you're just the media. You're spinning.
I mean, I could.
Baker Mayfield was forced out. They went and got Deshaun Watson. They went and decided, I'm going to go get Deshaun Watson and all of his nonsense. And by the way, he's going to be part of my Mount Rushmore coming up at 5:15.
Right.
But they went and got him displacing Baker Mayfield.
Right.
I mean, yes, Baker did throw a temper tantrum when they found out they were kicking the tires on Deshaun Watson, but shouldn't he?
All I can tell you is Myles Garrett saying that even though he was here at Cleveland,
dude, I'm so gonna root for the Carolina Panthers that day. I might go buy a Panther hat.
But he said that just because Baker Mayfield was here, there's no sense of urgency to go and get him. But he says if I can go and add a couple sacks along the way to help my team win, I'm gonna do it. It's like, okay, so he is looking forward to going after Baker on the field.
I have a feeling you're clickbait today.
Yeah, a little bit. And the last little bit of news, this one also coming out of the state of Ohio. This is out of Cincinnati. Jesse Bates III, safety for the Cincinnati Bengals, has come to the Bengals, has signed his franchise tag.
Oh, wait a minute. We have a bet on this, don't we?
I don't think we ever agreed to this, especially if it wasn't before the season.
What was the bet?
Well, the season didn't even start yet. I don't think the bet can even count if the season hasn't started yet.
I said he was going to come back before the season started. You said he was going to hold out forever.
I said he was probably going to hold out till after week 8.
Right. So I win once again.
I don't know if that's the case because, again, it's not even the first week of the season.
But he's back.
Yeah, but the season hasn't started yet.
No, you lost once again.
No.
Why do you doubt me?
I don't.
You
It's
realize
not that I doubt
almost
you.
30 years of being a sports talk show host, I know what's going on. And the fact that I've got a blue check mark makes me even more
but the season,
dangerous.
Yeah, the season hasn't started yet, though.
Will you just admit you're wrong?
I admit that he came back to camp.
Will you admit that you lost?
I admit that he's at camp.
You're so bad.
Also, one last thing, shout out to Washington football great Sonny Jurgensen. He will be getting his jersey retired for the Commanders this season.
Why did it take so long to retire Sonny Jurgensen?
Well, the Washington football team has had a long history of not retiring anybody's numbers because there's only been 3 prior to Jurgensen.
Okay.
That was Sammy Baugh, Bobby Mitchell, and then Sean Taylor, who they retired last season.
Joe Theismann's not been retired?
Joe Theismann's not been retired. John Riggins has not been retired. None of the Hogs have been retired.
That's sad.
Darryl Greens has not been retired.
Okay, that's sad.
Yeah. So Sonny Jurgensen will be the 4th person retired, have their jersey retired for the Washington football team. Again, the old quarterback that was inducted in the Hall of Fame back in 1983.
The Over the Hill gang, right?
He was a part of that, yeah.
See? All right. Are you still sad?
A little sad.
Over?
Just in general.
I'm just going to smack you. Are you sick and tired of being in constant pain? Your knees, your hips, your back, you go, ugh. Like, you don't even want to get up to go get more food during halftime of football games. That's how bad your knee and back hurts. Come on, you can do better than that. There are nachos waiting for you to be inhaled during halftime. But if your back's hurting and your hips hurting and it's too much pain, you won't even get up and get a snack. Come on, we could do better than that, Tucson. That's why I want you to think about QC Kinetics. If you've got constant aching joint pain that keeps you from just living a life like everybody else, you need to call QC Kinetics. They're helping people here, everywhere, all over the country, giving them lasting pain relief using the latest advances in regenerative medicine. Here's what they do. They concentrate your body's healing agents to apply them to your aching joints, restoring and repairing damaged tissue. No drugs, no steroids, no surgery. This is 2022. If you're using technology from 1970s, you might as well get rid of your HD TV and go back and get rabbit ears. Come on, you're not going to do that. Don't use old ways to try to deal with joint pain. There are new ways right here in Tucson, and there are QC Connects clinics right here and all over America. Here's what they're going to do for you. They're going to give you an opportunity to get a free consultation. This new exciting, natural way to deal with joint pain with no side effects, no downtime, no surgery, no steroids, no drugs. Listen, do yourself a favor. Feel better this football season. Get up and make yourself nachos and get rid of that aching back. Here's the number for QC Kinetics. 520-497-4955. That's 520-497-4955, located Academy and in Orange Grove. 520-497-4955. QC Kinetics. All right, coming up. What am I going to talk about? I got to do my Mount Rushmore, right?
Yeah, we got the Mount Rushmore, and we got a couple.
You know what my Mount Rushmore is today? Players I'd never want on my team, no matter how good they are. How's that for bitter? We'll continue. This is 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it. Drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak. Driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home. And the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the 3, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
4th down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff. Into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry. Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the board. ASU with the ball, down by 11, 3 to go, steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like one driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Matherin with the ball for the Wildcats. Matherin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Matherin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Matherin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're
a
tied.
Huge shot for Ben Matherin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Matherin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down. Trying to find Berrio. Makes the catch.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, sports fans, Rich Herrera with you. Dragon Ball coming up this hour. We'll recap our conversation with Dave Hickey, Athletic Director, University of Arizona. That's coming up on the program. We will also, we have to give away beer, right?
Yes, we have to give
We're
away
not giving away beer, but we're giving away a $25 gift card.
Yes.
Courtesy of Huss Brewing. Right?
Yes, we do.
You want to do that right now?
Yeah, we can go ahead. We can do that.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is it sad? Are you
No,
okay?
This is happy.
Lo siento mucho.
This is a good time.
Mijo, lo siento mucho.
This is good.
Oh, papacito.
This is good.
How'd you like my Spanish?
You're getting better.
Was that better?
Francisco would be proud of you right now.
No. Oh, los Dragon Ball. Lo siento mucho, por favor. Oh, papacito. I have no idea what any of those mean. I just know that my kindly relatives would look at me when I was sick and go, oh, papacito. I don't know what that means. Do you?
No.
Name like Herrera doesn't speak a lot of Spanish. I'm going to get in trouble for that one. Or I know what lo siento mucho means. I think that means I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, papacito. Or my dad would yell at me, oh, papacito, get your butt up. Anyway, let's give away some beer, shall we?
Yes.
All right, here's what we have. I have a $25 gift card for you, Tucson. Courtesy of Huss Scottsdale Blonde. I will take caller number what?
You know what? We were just talking about Dave. We're going back to the Pac-10. I say we do caller number 10 today.
Why not 14? And we'll bring in San Diego State and Las Vegas. No, you're right. Caller number 10.
Yeah, we'll do 10.
Because I don't want you to have to take off your shoes
Right.
to count that high. What do you tell people when they call and they don't and they're not the right caller?
I just say caller number blank. Please call in. Please call again.
Do you say blank or do you go caller number 1? Try again. Caller number 2. Try again.
I say the number. It's
You
just,
say hi. This is Dragon Ball. How are you?
Don't say hi. To make sure, just go ahead and make sure.
Why can't you? Why can't you be? Why can't you be a little bit more friendlier?
Well, because we got to get the things. I got to make sure that by the time I get done putting in the information,
You know, good manners.
I know.
All right, here's what we're going to do. We'll take caller number 10 right now, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Right now, caller number 10, you'll win a $25 gift card courtesy of Huss Scottsdale Blonde. But you got to call right now and be caller number 10 and have Dragon Ball actually say, you're caller 10, congratulations, you win. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. By the way, our text question of the day was, should I do a beer bet each week with the opposing team that'll take on the Arizona Wildcats? Overwhelmingly, everybody has said yes. Text me right now, 520-848-1290 as well. Text the word Rich and tell me, is it foolish of me to throw down that bet or not? Let's see. What else was I? Oh, I was going to tell you, I'm kind of bummed out. I will tell you, this is a sad day around for me because there's a couple great things I told you about. If you missed the first hour of the program, and why would you? Because this is the best radio show you're going to hear anywhere in town, and being able to watch us on YouTube is even better. But I did say there's a couple of reasons I'm excited today. Number one, my son, who's been out to sea for the last month and a half, I guess. Seems like it's been longer. He's been on a training ship, and he went from San Francisco to Hawaii to San Francisco to San Diego, then back up to the Bay Area. He just sent me an email today. He's coming home Friday afternoon, so I'll get a chance to see him for a little bit before he leaves to go out on a tramp cargo ship. No, cargo ship. A tramp cargo ship. Yeah, I said it right. A tramp cargo ship in Japan. So he'll come home to Tucson for a couple of days, and then he's heading to Japan. So I'm excited about that. I was excited that Top Gun is now available on iTunes, so I prepaid for it. So this afternoon I got this text alert, your movie is downloaded. Like, yes! So I'm going to go home and watch Top Gun. If you're my neighbors, I apologize because I'm going to put the surround sound on and just shake the walls listening to the movie. I wonder if I can get away with calling in sick tomorrow because I'm just going to sit and watch Top Gun Maverick over and over and over again tonight. Nah, I probably said it out loud. They'll get mad at me if I did that. So those were the good things that I was talking about today. And then we got a chance to talk with Dave Heek. You're going to want to hear that conversation because we went through everything that we've been wanting to talk to him about during his weekly visit with us, which started up today. That's coming up at the bottom of the hour. But I am sad, and this is has a Tucson tie to it, that Artie Moreno has decided to put the Anaheim Angels up for sale. And it's sad to me for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think he's one of those owners that gets it. I think he's one of those owners that still gets it. And the reason I say that is, and here's the message the Angels put out today. Today, Angels Baseball announced that the organization has initiated a formal process to evaluate strategic alternatives, including a possible sale of the team. Owner Artie Moreno, and again, this is a University of Arizona alum, stated, "It has been a great honor and privilege to own the Angels for 20 seasons. As an organization, we have worked to provide our fans with affordable and family-friendly ballpark experience while fielding competitive lineups, which included some of the great game's all-time greatest players. Although this difficult decision was entirely our choice and deserved a great deal of thoughtful consideration, my family and I have ultimately come to the conclusion that now is the time. Throughout the process, we will continue to run the franchise in the best interest of our fans, employees, players, and business partners." End of quote there from Artie Moreno. But Artie Moreno endeared himself to me the day he took over the Anaheim Angels. He had been a baseball fan. He had owned a piece of the Arizona Diamondbacks, I believe. and he was business partners with the Concholo family that owns a lot of the McDonald's here in town. I think they own the Salt Lake Bees, if I'm not mistaken. But when he bought the team, he had been going to games, and he asked, why is beer so expensive? And they said, well, Mr. Moreno, that's how much we charge for beer. And his introductory press conference, and I don't know if this was Hollywood or this was being naive. I'll say being naive. He goes, well, why can't we lower the prices? And the people that ran the ball club looked at him and said, well, you're the owner. If you want to lower the beer prices, go ahead. And he did. And he said, I'm going to lower the beer prices. You can't make this thing so expensive that people can't afford to take their kids to the game. I respect him so much for that, because I don't know any other owners that have actually come out and said, you know what, let's lower the prices. It's expensive to go to games. And it makes me think back to, and again, this is why I think this radio show's more unique than just about everything else out there, is because I've had so much experience. I could bring you different thoughts and different insights. I sat in the Major League Baseball front office meetings, the what do they call them? The industry meetings, where everybody from every discipline, from broadcasting to ticket sales to you name it, community relations, we're all sitting there at Disney World. And I remember Bud Selig addressing, I think there's probably 1,000 of us in this huge ballroom, addressing us, talking about how we had to keep bringing in more revenue and more revenue and more revenue. And he kept talking about how we had to increase the revenue and how happy he was that the revenue in baseball continued to grow. And when I sat there listening to that, and everybody else says, yeah, let's go, let's raise more money, let's grow the game. I sat there and thought, where's this revenue come from? Because it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. You see this in the Big Ten. The more money that I raise in revenue, the more I grow the game in revenue in Major League Baseball, the National Football, and all the rest. What's that do? It causes inflation of player salaries. So then the salaries go up, and then they come back and go, hey, we need to raise more money. We need to grow our revenues even more. So the more you grow the revenues, the more the player salaries increases. The more the player salaries increase, the more you need to respond by creating more revenue. Does anybody ever stop to ask where that revenue comes from? It comes from my wallet and your wallet as sports fans. And I've never, ever, ever seen anybody say, you know what? The ticket prices are too high. Let me lower the ticket prices so you can afford to bring your family to a game. I sat in those meetings before. I remember telling my dad this. I sat in the meetings with the owner of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, and we had a strict policy, no outside food into the ballpark. And we actually had stories that were written in the newspaper because fans were thrown out for having food that they tried to sneak into the ballpark. And I sat there in front of everybody. I don't know why I was in this meeting, other than I worked in my discipline was reported to corporate sales, so I guess I was in there with all the corporate people. And the team president was in there, the vice presidents were in there, and the marketing people were in there. And it was this big meeting, and there was probably 30 of us around this conference table. We had this big conference room that overlooked the ballpark, and everybody was talking about, yeah, we got to make sure we keep people from bringing food in. Remember, the owner was sitting there, and everybody was telling the owner what he wanted to hear. And I said, you know, if that was the case, then I wouldn't be a baseball fan today. And they all kind of looked at me, and I said, you know, I grew up going to baseball games on Sunday to go see a minor league baseball team. And we would get free tickets from some business in town. That's the only way my grandparents could take all 14 of their kids to the game. And we would go to the game, we'd get the free tickets, and we'd bring in 2 sacks full of sandwiches and Laura Scudder's potato chips are the cheap chips. And each of the kids got $1 for a soda, and you better make that soda last for all 9 innings. And inevitably, one of the cousins would drink the whole soda down like that, and they'd be drinking water the rest of the game, and all the rest of us go, I still got soda. But I remember we would go there, and my grandparents didn't make a lot of money. We didn't have a lot of money when I was a kid. But that's how we all went to the game, on those free tickets, eating bologna sandwiches. I think we had ham sandwiches. I think we could afford ham. We weren't going straight up bologna like my dad did as a kid. And potato chips. And that's how we got to the game. If you were really good and things were pretty flush, we got one of those malts with the wooden spoon that you could have. And were those delicious. Great. I see those and I just smile. I don't even think they make them anymore with the wooden spoon. But I sat there and I told the owner that. I said, because I was able to afford to go to a game when we didn't have much, I became a baseball fan. And later, as I got older and I became more successful, I was able to take my grandparents to the game. And we bought tickets. And I bought hot dogs and I bought sodas. And I took them to the games and we didn't skimp. And then as I got older, I was able to afford season tickets. And I was able to afford to buy a suite every now and then. But I said if I hadn't been able to go in there in the very first time on those free tickets, I never would have become a baseball fan. So all of those fans that were turning away because all we care about is the high-priced tickets and selling the food and the beer today, there's a kid out there that's going to go find something else to do, will never be a baseball fan, and we probably didn't grow a season ticket holder. And everybody got quiet. And the owner glared at me. And I said, I'm just telling you, if I hadn't been able to go on a free ticket and bring a sack lunch and buy one medium soda and a carnation malt, I wouldn't be the baseball fan I am today. Nobody said a word. And then he goes, well, maybe we should try. So we relaxed the rules on people bringing food in to the ballpark. And you know what happened, Dragon Ball?
What's that?
Sales actually went up. Food sales actually went up because people felt more friendly, like the team cared about them. Mm-hmm. Attendance went up, and they call it per cap, how much you spend as you walk in. Per cap went up. And that's what I think of when I think of Artie Moreno, that he's one of us from Tucson, and he cared about the fans. And that's why I'm sad to see him sell his stake in the Halos. Anyway, that was, I just wanted to bring that up because I think Artie Moreno has been one of the most successful owners. He's a U of A guy, man. Learned it all right here in Tucson. Went to school on the GI Bill after the Korean War. Salute you, Artie. Heck of a run owning the Halos. Coming up, I got to do this list because corporate told me. I got my Mount Rushmore. You want to know what it is, Dragon Ball? Players I would never want on my team no matter how good they are. KD, you're on my list. That's next.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Matherin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Coloco. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Coloco, who slams it down for two. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up. Susak with an RBI double to right center. And we're still playing ball. Tied at 16 in the bottom of the 10th. Shot blocked by Coloco, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Coloco, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Matherin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Coloco. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Thank you so much for tuning into our stream. We'll be back in just a bit. Until then, how about some Arizona Wildcat highlights?
Fourth down and less than a yard. Trojans will go for it in a tie game. Slovis out of the shotgun. Step to his left. Step the handoff into the backfield and drop. No gain, loss on the play. Cats take over.
That's a huge play by Arizona. Explosive play in the backfield that time.
Shot blocked by Koloko, who grabs it out of the air. Ahead to Dalen Terry, Arizona with the ball, minute 30 to go, and a 6-point lead. Juzang working right, drives to the bucket, put up, blocked by Koloko, grabbed by Larson. Arizona ball, 38 seconds left. For Bernard, goes right, blocked by Ballo, grabbed by Mathurin. Arizona ball, 22 seconds left. Campbell down for the Bruins, throw it out to Riley. He'll shoot the three, blocked again by Koloko. Ballo grabs it, it's over. Championship to Tucson. Dalen Terry quickly the other way, out to Tabellas, down the lane to throw it down with the left hand. Look out. The Locomotive slams it home.
Hey, sports fans, it's Rich Herrera. Show will be back in just a little bit. Thanks for tuning into our stream. Until then, how about some great moments from the University of Arizona Wildcats?
4th down and 2, Arizona. Down 14-0. Wildcats on 4th down this year are 12 of 20. Offset backfield. Plummer to throw the ball, looking, throwing towards the back of the end zone, and it's hot! Touchdown, Arizona! Oh, did they need that? My goodness, Booby Curry had to leap in the air to take the ball over the top of the defender, and the Cats are on the field. ASU with the ball, down by 11, so they have to go. Steal by Koloko. He's going to drive the other way and slam it home, and foul by Lawrence.
Why Lawrence contested the big man, Christian Koloko, with defensive steal and flush.
Lawrence picks up his 3rd foul. Big guys love to play point guard. Koloko looked like what, driving down that was from mid-court. 3-point lead again for TCU. Down to 30 seconds left. Mathurin with the ball for the Wildcats. Mathurin around a Koloko screen, picked up by Lampkin. Go outside for Koloko, feed it to Terry, right corner. Terry can't go baseline, circles back out top to Mathurin. 10 to shoot, 16 left in the ballgame. Mathurin, 3 balls straight away, good!
That's
We're tied.
A huge shot for Ben Mathurin in Arizona. Timeout TCU. This ball game is knotted up.
12.6 seconds to go. Ben Mathurin drains a deep 3 from straight away. He's got 24 points, and we're all even.
Hey, sports fans, this is Rich Herrera. Thanks so much for tuning into our stream. Back in just a bit. Until then, how about some highlights from the University of Arizona?
McLeod's going to line up under center. Wiley, the running back. Receiver either side. 2 tight ends. Oregon, 5-man front. They shift. Play fake, rolling right. McLeod looking to throw. Going deep. Down, trying to find Berryhill. Makes the catch inside the 25-yard line. Still loose inside the 15. First down, Arizona.
What a play by McLeod. He was smacked, but he had the presence of mind to know where Berryhill was. He threw the ball. He underthrew the ball, and Berryhill was looking back at it and made a great play on the ball. An amazing play by Jordan McLeod.
Brown will take this.
Oh, God, no way.
Okay, they had one more thing. They also want you to do more lists. They say the younger listeners love lists because they don't have the attention span to pay attention to anything else.
I hate bullets. Fine. If I got to do one stupid thing, then we'll do a stupid Mount Rushmore.
Wildcats Radio 1290 is proud to present Rich's Mount Rushmore of Sports.
Because it was 100% Rich's idea and wasn't shoved down his throat by some corporate suit who told him he had to do it.
So here is today's list of things that belong on Rich's Mount Rushmore on Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, before we throw it to our interview from earlier today with Dave Hickey, here's my Mount Rushmore. I'm warming up to this a little bit, Dragon Ball.
It probably takes a couple of times.
Not because corporate's making me do this, because millennials like lists. I hate millennials. No, I'm sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Well.
I like you.
Thank you.
Even though you're sad today.
I'm not
Lo
sad.
siento mucho, por favor.
I'm not sad.
Oh, mi hijo Dragon Ball. All right, here's my Mount Rushmore. You ready? Here's what I picked today. Players I would never want on my team, no matter how good they are. All right, you want to guess who's number one on my? No, actually, there's no number one on the list. They're all the same.
Yeah,
they're all on Mount Rushmore. You want to guess on one of them? I already threw out a couple names.
Well, you've thrown out KD a number of times.
KD, man, I wouldn't want him on my team. Too much drama.
How about the play right there? Harden getting it to KD off of the offensive rebound. And if you're above,
Thank you, Rachel.
Mount Rushmore of guys I wouldn't want on my team, no matter how good they are. I gotta put KD. Listen, is he the best scorer in the league? Yeah, absolutely. But who wants him on the team? He is a whiny crybaby. I want to get traded. Well, we're not going to trade you. Then I want you to fire the coach and the general manager. All right, fine. Then I'll just stay here and take my 4-year, almost $200 million contract. But is he ever been happy anywhere?
He was happy in Oklahoma City for a portion of time.
But they couldn't win there.
That's why he got unhappy.
He and everybody else left.
That's why he got unhappy.
So then he goes to the Warriors. He wins, but he doesn't, don't want to be part of the Warriors anymore. Then he complains. And they actually were floating the rumors that he could go back to the Warriors.
They did.
Whatever, dude. Good luck playing at Barclays for the rest of your career.
Yeah.
All right, who else is on my Mount Rushmore of players I would never want on my team, no matter how good they are? How about this one? You know this. Have you ever listened to me on CBS? Whenever I get a chance, two things I like to beat up: the Dallas Cowboys and LeBron James.
During these drills, so guys get rest. Plumlee couldn't get the Millsap pass. Here comes LeBron.
So LeBron's got rings from his time with the Heat. He won one with the Cavs, and then he won one with the Lakers, right?
Yep.
But what's the one thing he leaves in his wake?
Barren rosters.
Yeah, he wants to be general manager. You know what he wants to be? He wants to be Pat Riley.
Yeah.
But he can't be Pat Riley. So, yeah, absolutely. Listen, if you're Cleveland, sell your soul to get LeBron James to win you a championship, but know when he leaves in his wake, he will destroy the franchise. So, is it worth selling out to LeBron James to get that one ring and then live in misery for the next decade?
Yeah.
Don't want him on my team. Who else do I not want on my team? How about this guy? Fernando Tatis Jr.
High drive to deep left center field for Fernando Tatis Jr. Home run!
Wow. What a clown show dumpster fire is going on in San Diego. You realize they're in danger of not making the playoffs?
Mm-hmm.
They go and they make the biggest trade to go get Juan Soto, waiting for Fernando Tatis to come back, who, oh, by the way, he tested positive for steroids because he was coming off an off season where he was riding a dirt bike and hurt his wrist twice. Oh, and by the way, since he's not going to be able to play till next year, he's going to get the shoulder surgery that he didn't want to get for the longest time because he's got a trick shoulder.
Yep.
Yeah, I want nothing to do with Fernando Tatis. And the last one, I've been talking about him quite a bit on the network. There's no way I'd want him on my team no matter how good he is. And that is the signal caller from the Cleveland Browns, Deshaun Watson.
Titans fans making some noise here in Nashville. Watson again with time, now in trouble. Casey trying to get him. Watson across his body, completes it to Hopkins. 5, and he takes it in for the touchdown.
You know what, Deshaun Watson, I get why the Browns traded for him. They sold their soul to try to get some type of victory, but the guy has just made so many poor decisions, and I'm not sure he's out of the woods yet, Dragon Ball.
No.
Because he's got to complete the training and the counseling, and when he came out and said, I'm still innocent, that told me that he's got a lot of work to do before he's going to get back to the league. Those are my Mount Rushmore of people. No, I don't care how good you are. I don't want you on my team. Coming up, conversation with Dave Hickey that was exclusive to Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is the Rich Herrera Radio Show. Now streaming on Facebook Live and YouTube at Wildcats 1290 and our website, wildcatsradio1290.com.
Terry crosses middle, handed to Mathurin between the rings. Over for Creasa. Checked by Campbell. High screen from Koloko. Creasa around it, drives right. Throw it for Koloko, who slams it down for 2. Lamb set. And the pitch to Susak, driven out towards right field. That is going to get down for a base hit and go all the way to the wall. Casagrande headed for third. They're going to wave him around. He's coming home, and the Wildcats have tied it up.